In DesignerLogic, you can build items with multiple components. A component is basically an item that is related to another item. You can group all the related items together in one place so you can see a complicated piece all on the same page. For example, we have this bed here, and it has freight, it has pillows, and it also has a linen bedding set. So each of these four things are subcomponents of this main item, and you can see that in the item number 314 for the original main item. And then we have B, C, and D delineated for the components. In this video, we'll show you how to add new components to any main item in a number of different places. The first place is the most obvious place is on the main item on any items list. Come over to the three-dot menu over here and click on Component. Now what it does is it will bring up the main items area and some of the other information like the item number, and it'll put the next component letter automatically in. Now you can type over this if you have your own component letter that you want to use or system that you want to use for numbering. Just simply put in the rest of the sales code and say this might be an installation charge, and we'll do something like this. And then fill out the rest of the information like you would any other item. Then just click on Save and Close. And then if we refresh that main items list, you will now see that new item right here, installation of bed, as a subcomponent of this main item up here. Now if we go to this main items details page, and we click on Details, here you can find under the Components tab all the items that are subcomponents. So this way you can see the main item and all of its subcomponents in one place. Now if you want to go to the details page for a subcomponent, just simply click on it to highlight it, come over to the three-dot menu and click on Details. And that will open up the page for that subcomponent. And if you come up here at the top, you can see it as a component of, and it'll tell you what the main item is. And if you click on that, it will take you right back to the main items detail page. Now we're going to leave this page open, and I'll show you a couple more places you can add components to an item. So back on this main items list for this project, a really fast way to make items or make built items is to come to the quick edit page. And here you can see a very simple spreadsheet view of all the items on this project. Now you can quickly add items at the top here, but if you want to add an item as a component, basically building an item, come over to the Build button for the main item. And here you'll see a similar page that you can just simply add new items very quickly. For example, this will be subcomponent F, and you can see what's already been used if you need to, and we'll just choose more information here. And we'll just put in some information over here very easily and hit add. Now you can see it added that shipping down here for the linens at the very bottom as a subcomponent of this main item. So we'll go ahead and close that. And if we go back to that item details page here and we click on components, here you'll see that the shipping for the linens is at the bottom already added. Now each of these subcomponents can be put on their own proposal, invoice, or purchase order in any combination that you want, because the subcomponent might come from a different vendor and they would have a different purchase order, obviously. So the components don't need to be on the same proposal, invoice, or PO as the main item. They can all be done separately and tracked separately. It's just all brought together right here on this one page, as well as back here on the main item list. You can see them all grouped together. Another thing you can do with components of a main item is adjust the price for the entire build. So you can take all the prices for these subcomponents, total them up, and put them in the price for the main item if you don't want the client to see the breakdown for all the little things. And to do that, we just come up to the price adjust button at the top here. Here it's going to tell you what the totals are for this whole build. Hit save and close. And it's going to basically total all that information. And here you can see it put an ADJ for adjust next to the price. And it'll tell you what your overall profit is for the main item as well. Now, if we go to the components, you'll see that it zeroed out the prices for each component and put adjust next to it so that you'll know that those prices are now included in the main item's price. Now, one thing that it did not do is it did not take the cost and zero the costs out. That's because the purchase order and the purchasing of these components are still separate, and they're going to have to be done by their own costs. The adjust price module is only to adjust the client's price, so that the client only sees one price for the whole build. and you have the breakdown of all the costs, so you'll always know exactly what everything costs. Now, to see the original pricing, say if your client calls you up and says, what was the price of the linen bedding set, you can just hit this original price button. And here you can see all the original prices before you did the adjust, so you'll always have a record of exactly what that is. Now, if you want to bring it back to how it was before, just simply hit price adjust again. And it's going to basically tell you how it's going to be restored right here when you hit save and close. So we're going to hit save and close. And that's going to bring all the pricing right back to how it was before. And you can see all the prices have been restored right here. So that's how you can adjust components to total up and be included in the main price for the client of the main item. And lastly, another place to create a component is on the details page. And we come back to this main items detail page, and up here at the edit add copy link at the top, we just come down and select component, and you'll see it opens up that component form. Just fill it out, and that will add whatever you put there as a component of this main item.